Go live. We are live. Yes, we are here to be alive, to be our true selves, to be who we desire to be, it's like a want to be within ourselves. Like a lot of the time we choose to be because of. So because of something that's outside of ourselves, because our parents would like that, because our workplace asks us to be a certain way, because society, dictates that this is the way. I've been really seeing, I had a massive thing last week about being true to myself on a different level, and it was to do with love and unconditional love, and what love and unconditional love, the difference between them. Love can sometimes have a condition to it, which means that we show up in a certain way, which means that we understand it to be a certain thing, whereas unconditional love, all bars are off, everything's off, and it just is, and it just is for me, nobody else. I'm creating my own movie, and that being, no one else can tell you what that is except you. Just feel into that. No one else knows who you are except you. Yeah, feel into that. Feel what you feel like. Feel who you are. No one else knows. I always remember my Nan and Pa had this beautiful poem, something about the footsteps on their, bench. And the main thing that I always remember about it, and I share it quite often, is no one knows. Unless you've walked in somebody's shoes, you don't know. So don't judge. Because you don't know. Don't judge. And most of the time our judgment is coming from what we've learnt, from something outside of us that we're on some level judging because it doesn't feel right in us either. Something doesn't feel right, and so we judge it. And we're trying to, in the judging, I see it like the scales. We're trying to find a happy medium. We're trying to find that within ourselves. And when we judge something, it's like, I don't know if I like that. And it's like, what's underneath that? What don't we actually like? It's not, the person doing that or being this or whatever. It's not actually that. It's what's underneath that. Why are they being like that in the first place? It's more that we can feel. Even if we don't 100% know, we know what that feels like to us and why we're judging it. And remembering to bring it back to self, that person is just giving us a gift. That environment, that scene, that whatever, it's just giving us the gift so that we can feel that deeply, truly in ourselves. And once we feel that, what do we want to do with that? How are we going to action that? And making sure that we are doing something, that we're not just getting in a loop about it and going on and on and on and over and over and over about it to every person we speak to. It's like, well, what are you doing about that? How are you shifting that within yourself? How are you working with that in yourself? What are you asking to come to you for that to move and shift? And then just really caring and unconditionally loving self first, so that things can start to move, so that we can really receive. So once I heard myself and realized last week, that where I'm in my own way, where I'm not being able to receive love, where I'm not allowing love in to me, where I'm not allowing my husband to love me deeply, because I've put filter on filter on filter on filter on filter in front of that love that keeps coming in, that keeps trying to get in, and I keep putting another filter up. I say filter over a wall because they used to be walls. Absolutely. They used to be walls. They used to be thick, and they used to be hard, and they used to be all the things. But this now is just a filter where I just have a quick think about, we were saying about, having our time, having our divine union time, and we need to go away to have that. And I just now saying that's an excuse for me. That's a filter for me. Why would we not be able to have whatever we need right now in this moment, no matter where we are, who's around, what's happening? You know, on some level, we can hold that, we can reach that, we can have that. We've just got to gift ourselves it. So it was deep for me this week, and I really loved it. And then I watched everyone around me, because then I always know that I get the gifts then, because I hear how it is. And I realized that I'd shifted a lot of that because I was hearing it and observing it instead of being it. And so it was really beautiful to go, oh, wow, yeah, as human beings, we get in our own way a lot. We have a lot of filters. And now to live my heaven on earth, to be in my new world, is to lift them all off and start to be really conscious about that. So let's pick some cards, because I think I could talk about this all day. And let's see how these match in with what's happening for our world. So I hope that, you know, as much as I talk my stories about myself, feel into what that brings up for you, because there'll be some truth there for you too. Always. Oh, you'll be able to feel how, yeah, I have moved through that. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about that. So it is really hot here at the moment. I picked, I think, the hottest part of the house just because there's light out there. What do we need? How do we get it? And what is stopping us? Okay, let's see what we get. Beautiful. What do we need? Watch your thoughts. Yeah. Or if you can, try not to think at all. Try to be instead of think. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. When we get stuck in a loop, sometimes we can get stuck in a loop that something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. I need to find out what that is. I need to move through this. I need to do something with this because something's wrong. We get caught in our thoughts about that, and we get caught in a loop. We get going round and round and round and round. So when we can start thinking, if we have to think, when we can start being and feeling, we prefer this side of it than this side of it. When we can like, okay, so that's happening. Things are going to be happening. That's what happens. You know, we just move through life and stuff comes up. So watching our thoughts, when we can go, oh, okay, I've caught that thought. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking way too much about that. I can feel the loop. I can feel, you know, it almost feels like, you know, you're in a negative loop most of the time. Like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Nothing goes right for me. Just all the little things that may be coming up for you. When you catch a thought like that, what can you do to start to feel your desires? What do you actually want? Because those, even if it feels negative, those thoughts are trying to help you to shift, trying to help you to move through something. So you can use them as a gift. When you can switch those thoughts into a gift and what you desire and move forward and see the positive in it, wow, what you can change. So it's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. Again, the thing of you either living from fear or you're living from love. That's it. And, you know, everything that's in amongst the fear, everything that's in amongst the love. But you are choosing to live in one or the other. So really take the time this week to find out where you're living from. Where do most of your thoughts come from? Fear or love? It's as simple as that. And when you can start having more thoughts and more feelings and more now moments from love, watch your world change. Watch your world transform. Watch you start to be able to live your heaven on earth. So please ask me questions about that. Ask me questions if you don't get what I'm talking about. Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from love? It's a yes, no within your being. It's, you know, oh gosh, like, oh, this is going to be a full-on week. I don't know if I want to do this week. Is that thought coming from fear or love? 100% fear. There is no love there. You just know it. But feel into it. Is it a yes or is it a no? Is it a love or is it a fear? Where is it coming from? Is it a positive or is it a negative? Whatever it is for you, just work out what that is. So if I flipped that then and went, okay, I'm going to have a full week this week. What a delight that I've got a full week. How special is that I get to move forward in all the things that I love to do. And I don't want to get overwhelmed. What do I need to do for myself? When I'm coming from love, what would I do? For me, personally, I do a to-do list. To-do list for me gets out all the fear because it's all there. I then fill into each one of those to-do lists and I say, for coming from love, which one excites me the most? Which one gives me the most juice? And I'm going to start that first. And it might be that I take the dog for a walk. It might not have anything to do with my so-called to-do list that I've got to get done. I've got to get it done. It might be a walk with the dog. Okay, let's do that. And in that walk, things start to move and things start to change. And so you follow your bliss. You follow your desires. You follow the things that you love the best to keep in love all the time. So watching your thoughts is, are you coming from love or are you coming from fear? How do you get it? Synchronicity. Love it. Synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Your messages are always being answered. What do you need? How do you get it? Listen for your messages. And to do that, you need to be conscious. You need to be not just getting taken away with life and taken away with the busyness and taken away with the drama and taken away with all the fear things, all the things that you think that you're caught in that you have to do. When you step back and look for the synchronicities, you can take a breath. Okay, hang on, I'm not coming from love right now. Okay, set that synchronicity one. Okay, what my dog just did a sigh. She just sighed, and it's like synchronicity for me. Notice the messages. So for me, that means take a breath. I'm getting carried away. So if I was being way too busy and not conscious and not in my now moment, I wouldn't have heard that sigh. I wouldn't have heard the synchronicity. So where are you not hearing your synchronicities? Yeah. And what is stopping us from achieving all of those things is empowerment. It's stopping us. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. And that just, if we're not allowing ourselves to be in our truth, if we're not allowing ourselves to be full of ourselves, if we're giving our power away to things outside of ourselves, like, oh, I can't do that because I've got 10 million things on this week. Is that something that I really want to do though? If I'm giving my power away, if it's going to empower me, we want to be doing it. And so what's stopping us, where there's going to be spaces that you're going to find where you are giving your power away. You're not empowering yourself. You're not receiving within yourself. You're giving it away. Don't do it. Stop yourself. Acknowledge, yes, I am. I don't like that. I want to change this. And empower yourself. It says you are powerful. So the word powerful, you want to be full of power. You want to connect deeply down into your roots. I just did a workshop with a friend, and Shona, shout out to Shona, love, love, love. And we just brought this most beautiful space together. We were powerful. We were there with and for each other. We were holding the wholeness of who we are. And so we were able to dance with each other, and Shona did that part and I did that part and Shona did that part and I did that part. And we held space when the other person was doing their part. And for me, what showed up when I was dinging and donging and zhuzhing around and doing my singing bowls and bringing that divine energy that wanted to come through for everybody in that room. What showed up, the main theme for that day was root in. Really, we can get so busy being human. We can get so busy being out in spirit, whichever way you're doing it, human or spirit, and we forget to root in deeply to self. rooting deeply to our own divine human being, all of it, the wholeness, the human being, the wholeness of that. And so that's how I've learned to do it anyway, is to root down, to have that deep root and connect. And if that connection has not got juice to it, if it's not powerful, pick it up. It's like a tail. Pick it up and find that new power source. Plug it back in, deep into the earth, deep within yourself. Find the new power source. If you're not powerful, find your new power source and be empowered about that. You're in charge of that. You need to go and find it and go, hang on, I haven't got any juice this week. I need to go and fill that up myself. I don't need to wait for things to fall into my lap. I can go and get that juice. I can go and make that work for me. Empower yourself. Be powerful. And if you're not, go and find your new power source. Plug it in. There was the book years ago that I read, business book, about who moved my cheese. And it's, if you keep trying to eat at the same cheese that isn't there anymore, you've eaten it all. It's gone. There is no cheese there. And instead of trying to keep making some cheese there, reappear there, you might need to shuffle over here and go and have a look down the next aisle and actually find that there was a ton of cheese over here. Go and find that cheese. Sometimes we need to pivot. Sometimes we need to shift. Sometimes we need to change where our power is coming from. Our power source. Unplug and go and find another power source that's more suited to our being now. Plug in there. Plug in there. So that was a workshop, and we're actually running another workshop around the Northern Rivers. So all of you that are around the Northern Rivers and you want to come and you want to just dive into self, to find your root, to really connect to you, to bring up and out whatever, through art, through meditation, through sound healing, through connection, through group work. If this is what you're looking for and you're in the Northern Rivers, get in contact with me. Get in contact with me, because it's in March. Come with me on the ride. Shona and I are going to bring such a brilliant and beautiful space for you to connect yourself, for you to have some time to be you, to find where that new root is. So come along to that. Also remember Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Sydney time, we're running the Lifewave presentations, where you can come and see what it's all about. If you don't know about it, educate yourself, empower yourself into all the different things. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's absolutely perfect. But empower yourself. I know for me, it has been my power source. It has been something that has powerfuled me. It's been very powerful for me. And it's something because my body was giving out. My body wasn't in alignment with who I truly am. And it was causing me issues. I was so out. What the patches do for me with Lifewave patches, they allow me to come into alignment with my whole self, which means when I'm running full, when I'm running wholesomely, I got this. I got this on so many levels. I got this. And for me, it was a tool. That patch, where are they? The patches are a tool for me to just pop it on each day. It's so simple, and I get what I need from that. So if you're wondering where you're out of alignment, even come. It's nothing to do with the patches even. Just come and hear the presentation and feel into where am I not in alignment and where do I want to be. Because there's stories that you hear, there's testimonies of patches, but that's a story. It's a story where you want to hear how we can get something off other people's stories every single time. Every time I tell a story, it's for you as much as it's for me. And those presentations really bring that. And you can ask questions and you can dive into yourself in that space. So come. Also, let me know. I'll send you the link for those on a Tuesday. It's just on Zoom. You don't have to have your camera on. And what else has been showing up for me? I went to the market, the China market yesterday. It was divine. I have done markets over the years, many markets over the years with lots of different products, lots of different things. And I love a market. So the reason I went to the market was because I really want to land my spiel. I really want to find why I'm doing what I'm doing. I really want to create my business. I really want to find a team that wants to create with me. And so, especially for Lifewave, I really want that team. I want to be able to grow, because I feel like the more lights that are on, the more beacons that are on, and that we're flashing out, yes, 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 happens. And we can find, everyone else can find that powerful within themselves. So it's, you know, a lot of the time I work with women, but men, absolutely. It's how do we empower ourselves? Lifewave is just a vehicle for me, and it's a damn good one. I really love it. So if that's something that's tickling your fancy, if you want to be part of a team, let me know and we can talk more. What else? Yeah, so the market. What I learnt within the market. So it's not about the market. It's not about what the Lifewave while I'm going. What I learned at the market was, oh wow, I could see, because I just shifted last week around the filters, and I'd been lifting the filters off. And then a lot of the time what happens is you'll get the messages, like what we're saying, synchronicities. Listen for the messages, feel into the messages, don't miss the messages, because you're off doing something, you're outside of your throne. And the messages that I heard was, wow, I could see where other people were putting up their filters and in their own way, which means, and I didn't have a reaction to that. It was just like, wow, I see this, and I want to share my story. I want to share how I started to lift those filters off. And so that's what it was. It was about sharing and community and empowerment. So I just love that we got this card, that's where we're in our way, because I'm starting to really feel empowerment. So allow yourself to feel into that with me. I feel like I've gone on and on and on today, but I'm feeling really passionate about life, about how we live it, and about coming into our heaven on earth now. It doesn't have to be hard anymore. Yes! So excited about that. It doesn't have to be hard anymore. We can have bliss. We can have grace, which is in my life every day. So I think I'll leave it there, because I could just keep going. If there's any questions, anything, just feel into that. I hope you all have the most graceful, empowered, full week. Bye.